Hi, in this video, I'm going to talk about integers in Solidity. So our content is what are integers in Solidity, then we'll see the intervals for int and uint, which are integers in Solidity programming language. So what are integers? Int and uint are two of the most commonly used integer types in Solidity. Int represents signed integers like positive, 0, or negative numbers. Uint represents unsigned integers, positive and 0 numbers only. So the size of an int or uint can be specified using a number that represents the number of bits. For example, int 8 represents an 8-bit signed integer, while uint 256 represents a 256-bit unsigned integer. The default size for int and uint is 256 bits if no size is specified. So here, this is basically how we declare and initialize integers in Solidity. So these are the intervals. You can use them as you need. For example, if you are certain about the interval of your number, you can use int 8. For example, it's going to be 100 all the time. You don't need to use int 64 since it's going to occupy more memory. So let us have some code together. Okay, so here I will create a contract. I have added my license identifier and pragma Solidity lines. So let's say contract, and let's name it integers. And in this contract, I will have an integer and let's make it public, and let's say number, and I won't initialize it, and let's say int public, and let's say another number. All right, so I want to create some setter functions to set these variables. So let's say function set number, and it's going to be, let's say uint and new number, and it's going to be a public function, and I will set my number to the parameter I've passed into my function. So here it's going to be number equals to new number. All right, so let us create another function to set the value of another number, and it's going to be something like that: set another number. I could have copied and pasted, but let us make it so new another number, and let's make it public as well. So, and here I'm going to set my another number to the parameter new another number. All right. Okay, I will also create another function here. Let's say function sum, and it's going to be public, and it's going to be returning the value int. And I will sum another number with a value, for example, 5, and I will get the result here. And of course, we need to return this value. Okay, so here we are getting an error. So let's see what's going on. So it says a function state mutability can be restricted to view. So we didn't see view functions yet, but what it's trying to say is, so you're trying to read a state variable. Here is the state variable, another number. So if you want to read a variable without changing its value, you need to make that function a view function. Okay, so let's make it view, and we'll get rid of the error. So now everything looks all right. I'm gonna deploy the smart contract, and here I have my integer smart contract. So let us first see their default value if nothing is set to these variables, a number and another number. So it's 0, and it's 0 for uint as well. That's important. So this means that if you don't set any variables to integers, it's going to be 0. So what is our another number? It's an int. So let's give a negative number. So let's say -20. And for the uint, we can give, for example, 42. So let's call these functions to see the changes. So now when I call these functions, these are automatically created because these are public variables. So then I want to call my sum function. So here in sum function, I use another number, which is an int, and I also add 5 to it. So let's see the result here. So it's -15 as we want. So these are trivial examples. Maybe you are confusing with functions, but I will have other videos on function types like view functions, pure functions. So you just need to concentrate on int and uint for now. So that's gonna do it for this video. I will see you in the next one.